Welcome to Car Comparos. Today we are going to be comparing two hotcakes from Maruti, the Vitara Brezza versus Baleno. Pricing and features. Baleno's top-end Alpha diesel variant retails for 9.48 lakh on road Delhi, which is 25,000 rupees cheaper than Vitara Brezza's ZDI variant. Not only is the Baleno cheaper, but it also has quite a few extra features over the similarly priced Brezza, which are worth around 35,000 rupees, making the Baleno around 60,000 rupees cheaper than an equivalent Brezza. Baleno's top-end manual geared petrol-powered Alpha variant costs 7.90 lakh and the petrol automatic Delta variant costs 7.62 lakh rupees on road Delhi. Performance and drivability. Baleno diesel is 200 kg lighter than the Vitara Brezza is. Just putting a variable geometry turbo on the same engine as the Baleno is not enough to negate such a huge weight disadvantage. This has resulted in the Baleno having noticeably better performance than the Vitara Brezza does, be it in terms of city drivability or the overtaking ability on the highways. However, nothing can compete with the sheer hassle-free drivability of the CVT gearbox-equipped petrol-powered Baleno. The diesels are also no match to the petrol engine's superior refinement and rev-happy nature. The manual petrol also has great top-end performance but feels a bit lacking in terms of low-end torque during city commutes. Fuel efficiency. The Baleno has an ARAI certified mileage of 27.4 kmpl, which is 3 kmpl more than the Brezza's 24.3 kmpl. The petrol-powered Balenos, both manual and automatic, have an ARAI certified mileage of 21.4 kmpl. In our back-to-back tests, the Baleno diesel was over 1 kmpl more efficient than the diesel Brezza. The petrol Balenos, both manual and automatic, were consistently 2 kmpl less efficient than the diesel-powered Brezza. Space and comfort. Vitara Brezza is obviously a much taller vehicle than the Baleno. However, in terms of interior packaging, Baleno has managed to carve out slightly more space than the Brezza. Both cars have more than adequate space for 5 full-size adults. Baleno has a bit of extra rear legroom, but the Brezza has a higher hip point and better all-round visibility than the Baleno. Baleno also has a slightly larger 339-litre boot compared to Brezza's 328 litres. Handling and ride quality. Vitara Brezza's tall height gives it a high center of gravity, which makes life much difficult for the engineers. It gives the car generous amounts of body roll, which has to be countered by stiffening the suspension. However, this kills the bump absorption ability in the process. No wonder then that the Baleno has much better handling as well as ride quality than the Vitara Brezza. It corners with much more confidence and rides over broken tarmac a shade more comfortably than the Brezza, albeit none of the two cars have much of steering feel or feedback from the chassis. Reliability and after-sales service. The Baleno is sold through the Nexa outlets while the Brezza is sold through regular Maruti dealerships. This has unnecessarily limited the reach of Baleno's sales outlets to just over 100, making it unavailable to customers in most of the B-towns and rural areas. In contrast, the Vitara Brezza is available across Maruti's 2000 plus dealership across the country. The Nexa cars do get to jump the queue at service though, with dedicated bays made available at regular Maruti service stations. Resale and cost of ownership. Both cars are bound to hold excellent residual value in the market thanks to their popularity and Maruti's reputation for hassle-free service experience. Overall, the Baleno diesel works out to be around 40,000 rupees lesser in terms of total cost of ownership compared to the diesel Brezza. The Baleno CVT automatic petrol works out to be just 25,000 rupees more than the diesel Brezza. So what's the verdict? The cutting-edge CVT gearbox-equipped Baleno petrol wins this test. It is such a breeze to drive at at the same time is no less efficient or slower than the manual version. It really makes us wonder why 90% of the car buyers should even bother with the manual transmissions anymore. Brezza comes in as the runners-up thanks to better all-round visibility, easier ingress-egress, and better suitability to Indian road conditions than the Baleno. If only the Brezza had an option of an automatic gearbox.